everyone, Daisy here again with another Scraplift Sunday here at the Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel. Today I am scraplifting a layout that I found on Pinterest by Melissa Waldorf, and I really liked the different colors and the stars in this layout. And I was also inspired by one of the National Scrapbooking Day challenges that Spiegel Mom Scraps is having on the Instagram account, and it is to let the stars shine, and so I thought that this would fit perfectly. I have to apologize about my voice. It's very early in the morning. I've been having technical difficulties, and so I had to get up early and try to get this completed. And I've also voiced this a couple of times, so I apologize if I repeat myself. You know, it's just one of those days where technology is just not my friend. So I'm using two photos of my children when we were at SeaWorld, and my son had very nicely agreed to take his sisters on this little kids crab drop ride. And he was being so sweet, and he had agreed to take them on pretty much all the rides that they wanted to go on. And so I just really wanted to document this because he was 13 at the time. So, you know, he could have just been like, no, I'm not going to do it. But he was so nice and went on all of these little kid rides. So I'm just using some of the Cool Kid papers to back these photos. I just kind of wanted a green background layer. And at this point, I really wasn't sure what my plan was with this. So I kind of changed directions or go in a couple of different directions. So for the strips in the back of the photo in the inspiration piece, I thought maybe I would use this stripe paper instead of using actual strips. And this is by Crate Paper, the Boys Rule collection. And so while I'm thinking about that, I decided to use this Hero Art stencil and some Heidi Swap gold texture paste to put some stars in the background. And this paper had already been gessoed. It's not really necessary to gesso this paper. This is the textured white cardstock from the Spiegel Mom Scrap store. And it's not really necessary to gesso this for texture paste, but I was thinking I was going to do something else, and so I had it prepared just in case. And so I'm just going to put those on. And then I set it off to the side to dry a little bit. And here you're going to see how I'm cutting out my stars. Now this corrugated paper is from Fancy Pants, and it's like a coral color, and it matches really well with the orange in the Crate Paper Boys line. So I thought it'd be perfect. And I'm just using some stamps, and I'm sorry I'm out of frame a little bit here. I'm just using some stamps to stamp out some stars that I can fussy cut out. And these star stamps are just ones that I had gotten at Peachy Cheap. I don't think it was just in a grab bag, so I don't know what manufacturer it is. And you're not going to see any of the stamping. It's literally, I'm just stamping for the shape so I can cut it out. And I'm not going to make you watch me cut all of these out. I tried using my craft knife to cut it out, but it didn't go through all of the corrugation very well, so I think I end up switching to scissors and cutting them. But like I said, I cut it out so you don't have to watch all that. So that was kind of what I was thinking of doing. And then I had another look at the original layout, and realized that it had all these strips on it. So I took some of the papers from the Crepe Paper Cool Kid, and I also use a strip from That Boy's Rule paper, and I think I use a strip from That Boy's Rule paper, but the opposite side of it. I believe it's green with like it says high score and has like the, you know, vintage type font on it. And so I just layer some of these up here. And I will end up inking the edges of all of these with, I think I used some charcoal Hero Arts ink to ink all the edges of them. And I do that with everything except for, I don't think I do the photo mats. So you're just going to see me play around with the strips a little bit here. As I mentioned before, Spiegel Mom Scraps collaborated with the Wild Whisper Designs for National Scrapbooking Day, and their challenges are running all month long. So you're able to go to the Instagram account and you'll be able to find the different challenges that we have posted there. And you can submit them on Instagram using the hashtag SMS NSD17 and hashtag WWINSD17. And those are the hashtags that we're using to find the layouts that you submit, and they will be up for a few prizes. So it's definitely worth checking out those different challenges that are available. Here I'm fussy cutting out some of these little tags, and that is also from the Crepe Paper Boys rule, or tickets I guess they are, and I'm putting them on either side. This is kind of where I start to veer off a little bit from the original layout. I decided that I wanted the strips of paper and I wanted the stars, and that's what I was gonna take from that. And so now I'm just adding a little bit here and there to make it a little bit different. Also be sure to go check out the Spiegel Mom Scraps blog, because there's new content on the blog every single day, and subscribe to the YouTube channel here, because we are posting videos every day. We're posting process videos and different idea videos on, you know, different ways you can use the sequins. Personally, I now use sequins on everything. I always struggled buying enamel dots because I felt like it was, you know, you pay $3 or $4, sometimes $6. I've seen them for $6, and you get, I don't know, not that many. Like I feel like I would use almost an entire package on one layout. So sequins, you get so many of them in each package, and you know, I don't feel like I'm going to run out anytime soon, and they just add the perfect like pop of color and everything. So it's definitely worth it. And so now you see where I have the stars, and I'm sorry again, I'm out of frame. I really apologize. I have that bottom cluster started there, and I'm just choosing to put another back on my photos just because I have a lot of green strips in the background and I wanted them to pop out a little bit. So I'm using some of this, it's kind of a yellow stripe, and then I use some of that yellow paper. Now I had gone through all of my die cuts off camera because it took me quite some time, so I didn't want to make you watch. And I end up using quite a few die cuts out of the My Mind's Eye? Yeah, My Mind's Eye on Trend 2, I believe. And I also use that one little, excuse me, square that's off on the left-hand side right there that says Click, 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 and that is from October Afternoon Daily Flash. And so now I'm just working on that bottom cluster, and I had put a little banner down that is that same kind of coral color, and it's like looks like it's dipped in gold, and it didn't spread far enough to where I wanted to, so I cut it in half, and I'm going to kind of piece it back together and cover up the middle section. And I'm just using some Tombow to glue everything down just because I use that gesso in the background and the texture paste. I want to make sure everything would stick. So, and I'm going to pop up one of the photos with my craft foam. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep messing around with that. And then I am going to, I don't remember what I'm going to do here. Oh, I'm going to stamp the date on this little tab that I'm going to put up above the photos there, right there. And I'm just going to mess around with the placement of these other embellishments. So coming up in June, we will be having a new theme. The theme this month was April showers bring May flowers, and I know this layout doesn't really fit that all that well. But I really got on this kick about scrapping my son and doing boy layouts, and I've used a lot of orange. Excuse me, a lot of orange, and so you know that it hasn't really, I don't know, I made this layout and I'm like, this fits the challenge perfectly, and I used this, you know, other layout to Scraplift from, and I just felt like I'm just gonna put it up anyhow. So, but next month we are going to be doing a new theme, and there's also a few new releases coming out. We just had a new release of Sequins in May, and I think there was, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 new sequin mixes that came out in May. And then Jody's been busy working, and she came up with, I believe, 2 more new sequin mixes, maybe 3, that will be going up in the shop in June or July. And they are fantastic, so you definitely should stick around and check those new releases out. They will be posting sneak peeks of them on Instagram, and so you definitely should check it out and follow the YouTube channel because we will be using them as soon as we get them. So here I'm using, sorry, when I was talking I lost track of what I was doing. I'm trying to decide what my title is going to be, and I have challenged myself. I am doing the 40-day stash busting challenge with Christina and Sarah Scraps. They have a YouTube, or not a YouTube, I'm sorry, a Facebook event, and so I'm trying to use up some of my older stash, and that's why I'm using all the Crate Paper Boy stuff, but I'm using these letters here. They are from Basic Gray. And I've had them forever, and I've hardly used any of them. So everything here is all older stash. I don't think there's any new stuff on here. And then the sequin mix that I used for this is called, I think, Gone with the Wind, and it's got greens in it and some off-white, and yeah, it just really matched the super well. I just love the way it looks. So be sure you like and subscribe to the Spiegel Mom Scraps channel. Go check out the Instagram party for your chance to win some prizes, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.